Yep, screws for the feet were holding that together. So just to show you what that looks like. Feet go up underneath, screw goes in the bottom. That's what was holding it together. So there are some clips that you want to remove. So there's a clip here. On the 630 there were 2. You want to be careful not to wiggle them too much. You don't want to break any traces. And I thought there was one. Well, at least on the 630 there too. Maybe there's, oh yeah, there's this one here for power. Damn it, I don't know if that one's going to be, yeah, I should probably remove it. Okay. Oh, it's coming back to me now. So with the 630, what I had to do is reorient the table like this, and then fold the top over, and I can access the pitch control. So pitch control pot, and it's going to be hard for me to show you this and do it unless I can flip this up somehow, is right down here in this corner. So I'll get a little bit of, here are the rest of the feet, or the rest of the shroud for the springs. Here are the springs I was talking about. So let me get some fader lube in there. Clean that. It's also a good idea to hit that switch. Well, the speed switch, I would say, but I've got to disassemble that to get to it. Alright, so that pot is good. Picked this up. I was watching another repair video, and this guy had this little clip-on. Now I can't really use it here, but this little clip-on light, man, this thing is awesome. Like, clip it on the back of a receiver or amplifier, or maybe even a turntable, and then it's got these little LED lights, and they get pretty bright. Because I'm sure, you know, if you've watched any of my other videos, I'm always wrestling with a flashlight. I'm just looking to see where that switch is, and if I can get to it without disassembling it. I really don't want to take this apart. So I'm going to opt to not clean that switch, because I don't want to. So not a full service. I'm doing the easy service on this. I'm doing the, I have 30 minutes to work on this turntable service this morning. And this is one that I bought. It is going to either stay in my collection, or I may sell it, I don't know. Or it may go to one of the shops. Okay, so all right. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to reassemble this, put the feet back on, check out this pitch control. This was, when I tested it, it was almost dead on in the middle, so I just want to see how it is after I cleaned it. It should still be pretty close to where it was. And then I'm going to do the cleanup on this, polish the dust cover, put a new cartridge on if I can find one. All that stuff is going to be pretty routine, so I'm not going to film that, but you know, just wiping this down and cleaning all this gunk up and setting everything. So unless I find something, the next segment will be me showing you the finished product. All right, well, because you're not seeing the finished product, there's an issue. So sound great. Here's the weird thing: manual pitch control spot on at 33 1/3, but with quartz lock, let's see what happens. So that's the arm elevator up. It maxes it. I know it's slow, I just don't know how slow it is. So it's getting up to speed 32.13. Now here's the issue with this turntable. There is no service manual. So I looked at the service manual for the 630, and there's a potentiometer, so 3214. So there's a potentiometer that you adjust. Now you do, I'm probably going to have to attach my scope and look at the waveform and adjust it per the waveform. But because I don't have a service manual on this, I'm just assuming that it would be the same alignment or adjustment procedure. So what I want to do first is just look at this and see if I even see that adjuster, and maybe just turn it and see what happens if I turn it clockwise, counterclockwise, and what happens to the speed. So this VR1 is what it is talking about on this the oscillator board. No, take that back. This is the oscillator board. Oh no, that's VR21. It says VR1 on the so that could still be it. The oscillator for quartz lock, right? Because there's quartz. So I bet that's probably the pot we want to adjust. So let me see. I'm going to get a landmark here and just see. All right, so the 1 in 10K is just about dead between the the R and the 1 in VR1. So, and I don't know why today I'm just grabbing nothing but Phillips screwdrivers. So let's first adjust it to where the 1's align, and let's see what happens to the speed. Now I do want to put the, oh there it is. I do want to put this back on because there is a grounding wire right there. So I turned it counterclockwise about 1/8 of a turn. Again, the 1 in VR1 and the 1 on the 10K resistor are lined up. Let's see how much that pisses it off. So it's on. And we're at 3214, and that didn't do anything, did it? Nope. And again, with manual pitch control, that may have actually adjusted the manual pitch control. No, see, that gets up to 33.35. Quartz lock goes down to 32.14. So that adjustment didn't do squat. So let's try. Okay, so I had one of those moments. I was reading the speed adjustment procedures for the manual side of the turntable. That, I believe, is this VR1, but it talks about up through the bottom, turning VR1 through the bottom of the turntable and all this other garbage. This VR21 right here is the one I want to move for 33 when it's quartz locked. So I'm going to do the same thing. Now this has already been adjusted once, so it's off a little bit. So I'm going to move this. I'm going to turn it counterclockwise to where it was originally. Oh, it's moving the whole thing. I see. Okay. So it was about at, let's say 1 o'clock. So I'm going to move it to 12 o'clock. high noon and see what happens. But that gives me an idea for my 630. I'm sure it won't work. Alright, so I moved VR21 just a little bit counterclockwise from about 1 o'clock where the paint was to about 12 o'clock. So let's see if counterclockwise does anything for the speed. I don't know why I'm elevating the arm. So I'm thinking counterclockwise. Yeah, counterclockwise slowed it down. So let's try clockwise. And I didn't really have to. Again, that was going from like 11, like from 1 o'clock to noon, and it slowed it down quite a bit. So let me move it the other direction. And let me put it to where it would probably be around 2 o'clock. Now this should be closer, probably a little bit fast, I would imagine. I don't know if I have to put that screw down there. Let's see what happens. Just to test it. As long as it's making contact, it should be alright. So I'm not going to do the arm elevator thing this time. Let's just see what the speed looks like. Oh, 32.25. Right. Now, I'm thinking I'm probably not going to be able to adjust this, and that a recap is probably in order for this board. So let me move it to 3 o'clock. And let's see what happens. 35. All right, so we're getting close. I just need to back it off just a little tiny bit. I see why they want you to use a scope, because getting this dialed in this manner is going to be pretty tough. I'll be happy once I see 33 point something and it's green. Oh, just a little bit. Okay, bring it back just a tad bit more to the counterclockwise. So right now it's about a little past 2, so let me back it up just about a 1/16 of an inch, if even that much, and see where we're at. Come on, go green. Oh, look at that. So just a smidge to the right. All right, so I think you get the point. I'm just going to keep doing this till I get it dialed into 33.3. And then I'll do the same for 45. So just a little bit more this way. So anyway, I'm not going to torch you with this. What I'll do is I'll come back when it's 33.3-ish. All right, I got it to 33.30. And I think if I tweak it any more, I don't know. Oh, there's climbing a little bit. So 33.39, 33.4. and it may settle down here after a little while too. So let's make sure that the pitch control still works, and it does, and at 0. This one needs I need to adjust that pot again that I originally moved, because now we're at, oh no, there it goes, 33 point. So it's consistent with quartz lock, and it shows a little bit fast here. Right, so I'm satisfied with that. You know, even if I were to do this on a scope, you're still looking at an image and you're trying to align a pulse to the waveform. So I still think you would have, there would have to be, you know, you're still kind of ballparking it, right? So I may go in and tweak that just a little bit to the right, but I'd rather have it run a little fast than a little slow. To me, if something is running slow, it's more apparent than if it's running fast. So anyway, again, you get the picture of what I'm doing. So I'll be back with the wrap up here in just a few minutes.